be able to see it. Probably. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now I'm going to go back over here. Okay, not there. Right here. So the discriminant, and we are learning what the discriminant is used for. So the discriminant is part of the quadratic formula underneath the square root symbol, blah 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 blah. We don't need all of that. In conics, we can use this to determine if the conic is a parabola, circle, ellipse, or hyperbola. Okay, so this is used to determine like the different conic types, and so how you find whatever this is. How you find the discriminant is using this formula. It's b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so if this equals 0, then it's a parabola. If this equals something greater than 0, then it's a hyperbola. If it equals something less than 0, then it's a circle. And if it's something less than that, and b is not equal to 0, then it's an ellipse. So yeah, let's.
Wait, this will only stay until like December 31st, right?
This class? Yeah. Well, no, not until only December 31st. I think it's until like January 3rd. Or until the break ends. You don't like it?
I kind of do, and I kind of.
No.
That is.
Okay, so we have my drawing tool, and so let me just write down the formula for discriminant. Discriminant. Okay, so the formula for this is, remember, b squared minus 4ac. This is the formula. Okay, so let me brighten up the screen, match better. Okay, so straight whether the graph of the equation is a parabola, circle, ellipse, or hyperbola. Then write the equation in standard form. So we're gonna have to find out the A, B, and C for this. So this is actually not the A, B, and so 2 is actually, so we already know that 2 is the A here, so let's bring this over and make this into standard form. Actually no, 2 is not the A value, okay? That's because this x is not squared. If this was, then it would be the A value, but it's not. So we're gonna have to solve the equation. Sorry, not solve the equation, like simplify the equation to do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to divide both sides by 2, so we get x plus 3 is equal to 1 over 2 y plus 1, and this is squared. But remember, there's a plus 3 over here, and to cancel it out, we can subtract 3 on both sides, and so we get a minus 3 over here. Okay, so yeah, this is the equation that we get, but it's in vertex form. We want it to be in standard form. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it. Actually no. So we already know that this is correct. So we can click this. and we know that this is a parabola because we just do. Super easy. We don't even need the discriminant to find that out. We can just you can just find it by looking at the form of the equation. So next question goes to I'm trying to get my participants list. Okay, yeah, Middleish, you said you wanted to do the first question, so it is your turn.
Okay.
You're doing number 2.
State whether the graph of the equation is a parabola, circle, ellipse, or a hyperbola.
Okay. Can you tell us how you're gonna find that out?
Yeah.
You said you were gonna find it out.
Can you go back to the slides?
Okay, the slides are not open, so I'm just gonna open a new tab, and I'm going to go to here. Okay. Then we have to go back, and we have to open up Algebra. Go here. Okay, here. There's the thing. So you asked for slides. This is the slides, basically.
Wait. Yeah, you may go back. It's a hyperbola.
How can you tell?
Well, I looked at what you gave on the slides, and I thought about the variable, and I got it.
Okay, good job. I'm pretty sure it's right. So let's move on. The next one goes to Manya and Neil. I guess Manya can go first.
Manya, you
Thanks. Okay. One second. I'll be back. Okay. One second.
I think they're sister and brother. I think they're sister and brother. Manya and Neil.
Okay. I'm back.
I think
Stop.
I think Neil and Manya are sister and brother.
Okay.
నీకి చిన్న తమ్ముడు నీరే పెద్దోడు ఇంట్లో
Oh.
It's equal to 0, so it can't be a hyperbola. The last thing.
ఓన్ సిస్టర్ అయితే కాదు.
Sorry, can you say that again?
It's equal to 0, so it can't be the last thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to go back to the slides? Okay, so yeah, you're right about that. It can't be the last thing, yeah.
Could you go back to the slides for a second?
Okay.
Thank you. No, it can't be an eclipse. It's either a circle or a parabola. Since you really can't square 0, I think it's a parabola.
Yeah, good job. You can also tell because x does not have a square attached to it, because if it has like a 2, if it has it to the power of 2, then you know that it's not a parabola. But if it doesn't have it, then you know that it's not any of those, because all of those have squares attached to them. See, if you see here, yeah, that's one way to tell if it's a parabola or not. So that's the first thing you should eliminate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good job, Manya. Let's go on to Satvik. Satvik, you can do number 4.
Okay.
Can you tell us exactly how you're finding it out? Oh, okay. How about you do 5?
Okay. Okay, so I think it's a I know it's not a hyperbola. Well, because a equals 0.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the slides for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know it's not a circle because like the answer is not square rooted. So it's either an ellipse or a parabola. I think it's an ellipse.
It's called an ellipse, actually. There's no C or K over here.
Okay. Ellipse.
You think it's ellipse?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one, we're gonna have to use the discriminant formula. So let's use that, because we really can't tell whether this is an ellipse, hyperbola, or a parabola. I mean, sorry, whether this is a circle, ellipse, or hyperbola. So we need to use this discriminant formula to find out how to, do that. So state whether the graph of the equation below is an ellipse. Okay. So we have this equation. Okay, oops. So we have this equation right here, and they want us. Okay, so we have to use the discriminant formula, and we have to use it on this. So I think the first thing we should do is plug in the things, and we have 4 squared is 16. I got the 4 from here, and the 4 is a, okay, so that's minus 4 times a, which is probably again 4. Then we have c, and we substitute 17, sorry, no, 8 for that, negative 8. And now we can now we can simplify this to like 16 minus negative 32 times 4, which is negative 128. So yeah, negative 128, and this becomes a positive 128 because there's a negative over here. So it becomes 16 plus 128, and that's going to become 44. So that's what we have, and so 144 is much greater than 0. Sorry, we're gonna go down here. way down. Okay. Okay, so here are the discriminants. So if it's greater than 0, then it's a hyperbola. So this is going to be a hyperbola. So yeah, good job, Satvik. Let's go on to number 6. Okay, so here we go. So state whether the graph of the equation below is an ellipse, circle, parabola, or hyperbola. So for this one goes to Siddharth, I guess. Siddharth, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to use the discriminant formula.
Oh, you called my name?
No. So, Sid, can you tell us what you're doing?
Okay. So you have to use a discriminant formula. So first we would do okay.
This is the equation of a conic section, basically. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that.
So we have to square 2 first, and that gives us 4.
Yeah.
Then we have to multiply.
I actually
and
don't.
then
Wait, I actually don't think that you have to square 2 first. Because if you look back at this standard equation of a conic section formula, you can you see that b is actually this, which we obviously don't have. So that means b is 0. So 0 squared is again 0. So I think it's going to be 0 minus something, something, something.
oh, okay. So 0 minus.
I asked if you get there.
4 times 2 times what else? Do you go back to the slides?
Okay.
So it's 4 times 2 times 6.
Yeah.
And that will give you your answer.
Okay, which is?
0 minus 4 times 2 times 6. I think
So
it's negative 48.
Okay. So you're right about the 48 part, but I actually think it's positive 48 because this is a negative 6,
yeah.
remember?
Have the negative sign on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, good job. So since it's a positive 48, we can look back into
It's a
this.
hyperbola.
Yeah, it's a hyperbola. Because if the discriminant is greater than 0, then it's a hyperbola. Okay. So state whether the graph of this equation below is an ellipse, circle, parabola, or hyperbola. So let's see who's next. Okay. Sri Lakshmi, you can do this one. Hello, Sri Lakshmi, you can do this one.
1 minute.
Okay, so state whether the graph
of the equation below is an ellipse, circle, parabola, or hyperbola. So you would take, so it won't be a parabola because it equals 0. I mean, it won't be a hyperbola because it equals 0. Can you go back to the slides, please? And it also,
I think you might have to use the discriminant formula.
so, okay, so then it would be y, or negative 5x squared.
I actually don't think it would, because if you look at this thing right here, over here, it says that b is this. B is x times y, the coefficient of x times y, but we don't have x times y. We don't have an x times y term here, so we can just assume that it's a 0, right?
So 0 minus the neg 3x or 4.
4 times, because there's a 4, you're multiplying 4 times a and c.
Oh, right. Okay, so 4 times negative 5x squared.
It's just negative 5, because you're only looking for the coefficients.
Okay. So, okay. Then negative 5 and 3 times 3.
It's actually times 1, because if you look over here at the notes thing.
Oh, it's x squared and y, so x.
Yeah, it's y squared.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Then, okay.
Yeah. So if you multiply this, it becomes 20. And 20 is greater than 0, so obviously that's a hyperbola. Good job, Sri Lakshmi. Good job. Okay, so let's scroll down. Gonna do that. There the graph of the equation is a parabola. Okay, so let's do this one, because this one is pretty easy, if you ask me. So this one goes to Sujit. Sujit, you can do this one. Okay, so it seems like Sujit is not here, so let's go on to I guess I'll do this one then, because I'm next on the participants list. So basically this one, what you have to do is you have to use the discriminant formula. So b is 0 because there's no xy term, so that's 0 squared minus 4ac, and a is 1 and c is also 1, so it's just going to be minus 4. And since it's less than 4, we have to look back in the thing, the notes, because there's actually two things that are less than 0, that are negative numbers. If the discriminant is negative and b equals 0 and a equals c, then it's going to be a circle. So since our thing meets all of those values, since our thing meets all of those like criteria, this one is obviously a circle because a and C are the same thing. That's basically the only reason, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so I'm also just gonna do this one real quick, just to show you how it's done. But we're not gonna be doing this. So write the given equation below in standard form. So the equation is this. And so this thing we have to do is we have to write it in standard form as it says right here. So before we do that, we have to find out what kind of equation it is. So let's do that first. So we know that A and C are the same, so we know that. Then there's 4, so there's negative 4 times 1 times 1. And then we have B as 0, so it's 0 minus 4. And A and C are the same thing, so this is obviously going to be a circle. So to put this in standard form, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to basically take, we're basically not going to have to find the perfect square, or we're going to have to complete the square to find this square thing. And since we know that 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 7 squared is 49, we can add 7 to both sides, and so it becomes x squared plus y squared plus 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 7 times 7, basically 7 squared, is 49, and we already have a 42 over here, so all you have to do is we have to add a 7 to both sides to make this a perfect square. So we have plus 49 equals 7. Okay, so that's what we have. So now we have this as a perfect square, so this can become y plus 7 if we factor this. So remember factoring, it's where you have to like multiply something times something to get this number, and you have to add those two numbers to get this number. Remember that. So we have 7 times 7 as 49, and 7 plus 7 as 14. So we can have y plus 7 squared, and we have x squared plus this right here. And we have it equal to 7. And this is basically the same thing as this. So we get our answer, which is the third thing from the top. So that's basically how you do those. So yeah, sorry, it's this one. So let's just get out of this. Oh, it looks like it's a good day. It looks like it's a good day today because, we have more than 40 minutes of class, so it doesn't have to end and we have to like restart class. I think we have, for some reason, an unlimited class duration today. So let's make full use of that, and let's go into solving equations. So let's look at the information on this, and let's see what this information stuff has to say. Oh, and before this loads, did everybody understand how I got the answer for the one that we just did, for to a problem about finding like the standard form or whatever? Did everybody understand?
Yes. What?
Okay. Just checking.
Yes.
I wonder how many people are watching the live stream.
Wait, so the live stream's over?
No, not yet. I'm just checking this stuff.
Warning, please check the video resolution. The current resolution is 768 times 480, which is not optimal.
I can't get to the live stream. Like, it's not letting me.
Well, dude, just go to Edukids and then it'll let you go to the live stream.
What do you mean educate? What?
Edukids, that's his YouTube channel.
So it's EDU Kids?
No, it's EDU space KIDZ.
D what?
EDU KIDZ. And then
Oh.
and his picture image is basically like Saturn. Don't mind Manya, she's being cringy.
Okay. Okay, it seems like there's something wrong, and this website can't.
Okay, I found it.
Looks like there's something wrong, and BYU can't be reached for some reason. So let's try that again. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe the internet. I don't think it's the internet. But there's definitely something wrong.
Maybe that site's been blocked off or something.
Or maybe the server like did something bad or something like that. But I guess that doesn't really matter right now.
It might be your internet problem, I guess.
I don't think so. But let's try.
Maybe like the website has a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But just in case, I'm gonna check on a different laptop. So I'll see you back in just a second.
My brother said that Opera doesn't work if your internet connection is bad.
Are you talking, Rishabh? Because like you're on mute and we can't hear you. Hello? Is anybody here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, bro?
Nothing. Just chilling.
Okay, you chill.
Okay, it seems like. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to end the meeting because like there seems to be a problem with my laptop, so I'm gonna restart it. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Please, everybody, rejoin once the meeting ends. Okay, sorry about that.
When do we rejoin? At what time?
When the meeting restarts. So I guess it's break time for you guys right now. So see you guys back at like 8:05.
Okay, fine. Bye.
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 Okay, so I'm gonna have to pause the live stream for a second, guys. So if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have